Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Crisis on Infinite Earths Psycho Pirate. This is a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive gold label figure, and this is a controversial wave because it costs so much more than usual. They're $40 a piece. I believe after shipping and taxes, it ended up being $27 each per figure if you count the Build-A-Figure, and that's much more expensive than usual. There are a lot of theories as to why, whether it be price gouging, limited run, a cancel target wave. No matter what, here they are in hand. I'm actually pretty excited for Psycho Pirate, Spectre, and Superman. Not so much for Kid Flash, but should be a pretty cool wave. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus. This is a gold label figure. Gold label figure is simply a retailer exclusive. Whether it be Target or Walmart, this one is a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive. DC Multiverse Psycho Pirate, collector build, the Monitor. Here he is in the package. No traditional accessories, display stand, collector's card, and part of Monitor. One side of the package, Psycho Pirate from Crisis on Infinite Earths. Other side, Psycho Pirate. At the bottom, there's his barcode. And at the back, here's Monitor. Here's the piece you get with Psycho Pirate. Here's instructions how to build him, and here's the rest of the wave. So no further ado, let's open him up. And like I said before, I did get the entire bundle from the McFarlane Toy Store. Kid Flash, Psycho Pirate, the Spectre, and Superman. Get all four of them, and then you can also have the Monitor. There is a Platinum Chase variant of both Psycho Pirate and Spectre out there. If anybody happens to get one and is interested in trading or selling to me, please drop me a line in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. I hope McFarlane never makes a Platinum Chase variant on a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive again. Those dirty dogs. Alright, now that this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He has a display stand, a collector's card, and then Monitor's torso. No traditional accessories for himself. So this is Psycho Pirate. His real name is Roger Hayden. This is actually the second Psycho Pirate. The first Psycho Pirate's name was Charles Halstead. Now this guy's origin, he was a jailed gangster. He shared a cell with the original Psycho Pirate, Halstead. Halstead's dying wish was to have a legacy, and tells Hayden about a secret which he has divined in his jail years. The existence of the Medusa masks. These golden masks bestow upon the wearer the power to project emotions onto others. Hayden finds these two masks, merges them into one single faceplate, and becomes a supervillain. He can absorb others' emotions. He ends up messing around at Gotham City with Bruce Wayne, Alan Scott. Then many years later in Crisis, he ends up being recruited by Anti-Monitor, who promises him a whole world of emotions to play with in exchange for his assistance. He ends up joining Anti-Monitor's side and the evil side on Crisis on Infinite Earths, and he's still around today. He even appeared as recently as Detective Comics number 1051 in 2022. Psycho Pirate has spent a lot of time in and out of Arkham Asylum. He starts off in Gotham City. He's not exactly a Batman villain, but you could group him with one. He sure looks like one. He's from Gotham, and he's been in and out of Arkham Asylum over the years. So let's take a look. Starting with his face here, he's got that golden mask. It's the two sort of happy and sad emotion masks put together into one. Gold faceplate on his face. He has a giant popped up collar, cape. His costume is really unique looking. It's sort of red and black. Kind of reminds me of Harley Quinn. He looks like he could be a great Batman villain, and he has fought Batman many times. It's done on at least part of the Blue Beetle Booster Gold body, but at least the top part is new. The abs look very different. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. Those damn boots, McFarlane. Make a new leg if you're going to use it that often. My God, look at that thing. That is so annoying. And at $40 a pop, God. Still, I think he actually looks very cool. I've always found the character pretty interesting and visually pleasing as well. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. He has that gold mask, very blank. Large collar, one of his signature sort of looks. Now let's check out his accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand. We've seen it a million times before. It's a black circle, very thin, very basic. Then we have his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of Flash holding the unconscious body of Psycho Pirate. Psycho Pirate from Crisis on Infinite Earths. I believe this is one of the covers of the comics. On the back side, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. Then we have Monitor's torso. Monitor is a Build-A-Figure in this wave and is a big player in the Crisis on Infinite Earths storyline. If you buy the entire wave, you get a collective build of Monitor from Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now I mentioned there's some reuse between Psycho Pirate and Blue Beetle here. The Blue Beetle Booster Gold body was introduced in the 2-pack and has been used a ton of times since then. Now Psycho Pirate looks really good. The color scheme is fantastic. Cape, the mask, it's all there. But the reuse, especially for the price point, is really annoying. So let's take a look. Obviously their heads are completely different. You look at the torso. I'm not a fan of this guy where he has the abs on the top part and then the abs on the bottom. It looks very disconnected. Now the torso top part is different. You can see the abs are very smooth instead of really noticeable here. The stomach looks to be the same. The arms, they look to be the same as well, even the hands. Diaper piece is a little bit different. The legs are the same. They even have that stupid sculpted boot cut here. Now, it works on Blue Beetle, but the majority of other figures it doesn't work on. They have just ignored that thing so many times, and it's really frustrating the hell out of me. McFarlane, make some new legs if you're going to reuse them over and over again. It's like the 9th figure to do this. Still, I'm really actually a fan of the way this Psycho Pirate came out. I think he looks great. He's going to be a great addition to the DC Rogues Gallery. Just, come on. Give us some blank legs if you're going to keep doing this. My word. You guys give a new torso to this guy. Make something new so you can use it over and over again, and I won't complain quite as much. Now that I've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his lack of accessories, now for his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 7.1 inches tall, which can translate to around 18 centimeters. And now for his articulation. Starting with his head here, of course, it can rotate from side to side. He can look up about that far, down quite a bit more, tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out a little bit more than 90 degrees, up, down, around, all that good stuff. He does have that butterfly joint ring between his shoulder and chest, increasing the range of motion and covering the large gap that would be there. Bicep cut below that, does not move very much. Double jointed elbows. His wrist can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. Never been a fan of the Blue Beetle wrists. They look okay in like one pose, but in all the rest they look pretty bad. Torso, ball joint, rotate around, forward and back. Another one in his waist, rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, very good range of motion in the torso area. I'd say get a little more of the torso than the waist. Legs, complete as a splits. McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation's pretty good on him. They go forward about that much. Back, not very much. Double jointed knees. And then his ankle. Forward and back. Rotate. Tilt. Rock. And of course, toe articulation. Meanwhile, in Arkham Asylum, Anti-Monitor approaches Psycho Pirate. He needs some of his special skill set. In exchange, he can feed on the emotions of the entire world. Of course, Psycho Pirate agrees. Anti-Monitor quickly releases Psycho Pirate from his cell in Arkham. Freedom. Time to destroy the multiverse. Psycho Pirate ends up fighting Monitor in the streets. Monitor gets the upper hand. Monitor ends up killing Psycho Pirate. Flash finds his deceased body later. Crisis on Infinite Earths. Here's a look at the Justice League Heroes of Earth 1 trying to defend the multiverse against Anti-Monitor. Here's a look at the Anti-Monitor killing the Monitor, making a way to destroy the multiverse. Can anyone stop him now? Now let's check him out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Psycho Pirate figures. Here's a McFarlane Psycho Pirate next to the DC Direct version. One really cool thing about this DC Direct version, it had a removable mask. I'm really curious to see what the Platinum Chase variant of McFarlane Psycho Pirate looks like. Many years ago, my buddy made me a custom Anarchy out of Psycho Pirate's body. Still my favorite Anarchy figure to date. Now let's check him out next to some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is with the rest of this Crisis wave. Superman of Earth 2, Psycho Pirate, the Spectre, and Kid Flash. Buy the entire wave, and you get to collect to build Monitor. This is the Build-A-Figure in the wave. and he's a huge player from the Crisis storyline. He's on the good guy side of things. Here he is, next to Anti-Monitor, another big player in the Crisis event, and this guy is on the evil side of things. He ends up recruiting Psycho Pirate to work for him. Here's Psycho Pirate, next to Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. He shares the majority of the same parts from this body. It's a different top part of the torso, which I appreciate because those abs just look really weird to me, and it's very noticeable and obvious to use the same body. But most of the rest is the same, with the exception of the head, the top part of the torso, the diaper, and the cape. And my God, McFarlane, get some new damn legs for these guys if you're going to use them over and over and over again. Please stop pretending there's no boot cut there when there shouldn't be. Just give us some smooth legs if you're going to reuse stuff all the time. Kid Flash here shares a lot of parts of Psycho Pirate, and he uses almost all the parts from the Blue Beetle Booster Gold body. In fact, he uses almost everything for the Flashpoint Flash, except for slightly different gloves, but the same Flash boots. Here are all the figures so far that use the Blue Beetle Booster Gold body. There are a total of 12 of them. And Psycho Pirate, he uses part of the body, less than some of the other figures. I'm sure there are going to be plenty more in the future, but my God, McFarlane, give us some different legs if you're going to milk this sculpt like that. Now let's check him out. Next to some recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the most recent Batman wave. We have the Dark Knight Rises Catwoman, both the Batpod and the Platinum Chase variant, then the Batfleck from Batman vs Superman, and then Christian Bale's Batman, Hong Kong Skydive from the Dark Knight, both the Platinum and the Unmasked version. Here's Psycho Pirate, next to the Nightfall Nightwing, and the DC Classics Smiling Superman. And here he is, next to the Bizarro and Bat-Zarro 2-pack. Then, next to both the regular and the Platinum Chase variant of the Reign of the Supermen Steel. And now, with a couple of McFarlane Toy Store exclusive figures, the Nightmare variant of Batman in his Hellbat armor, and the Deadly Duo Joker. Then, next to the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Black and White X-Set Red Hood, and the Entertainment Earth exclusive Blacklight Mr. Zero. And finally, next to the Target exclusive Red Tornado and Animal Man. Now let's check them out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how it fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which lines you can mix them with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures, and some DST or Diamond Select toys. Here he is, next to a crinkled up piece of paper. And here he is, next to some DC Direct and NECA figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, next to some SH figure arts and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, I really like the Psycho Pirate figure. I think it looks really cool. The colors are visually pleasing. I like the black and the red. I like the happy and sad faces. I don't really like the Blue Beetle Booster Gold body. It's okay on some releases, and it's really not bad on Psycho Pirate. I absolutely cannot stand those boots. Having the sculpted boots on the figures that shouldn't have it really sucks. At least it gave Psycho Pirate a different upper part of the torso. Those abs have also always weirdly bothered me, and it's not a problem on him. If you can make a new upper torso, can't you make some new bottom legs? But whatever. His accessories are non-existent. His articulation is everything you'd expect from a modern McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. Sculpt and paint job are excellent. No issues there. Paint's very crisp. If I were to rate this guy, I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10. I like him a lot. I think he looks great. No problem there. The only real complaint I would have is how much he costs. They're $40 before shipping and taxes at the McFarlane store. Yes, if you get the bundle and the coupon code. I got these guys for I think $27 each after shipping and taxes, but still, that's far more than usual. And you're not really getting anything out of the ordinary with this wave. Superman's pretty nice, but the rest are just same old, same old. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.